Hello. Our driving question today is how do we solve problems using measures? So we're going to have a little look today at units of measure. Obviously, we're going to spend most of our time today on the metric units. So just make certain that you're ready to work your way through these as we go through them. So we're going to start off with some nice easy questions just to remind ourselves of exactly what the metric units are. So can you work through these conversions, please? Stop the tape now, and when you're ready to start again, I'll go through the answers. So, 1 centimeter is 100. Sorry, 1 meter is 100 centimeters. 1 kilometer is 1,000 meters, and 1 kilogram is 1,000 grams. Now, I would expect you all to have known that. The next one. There are, as we know, 100 centimeters in a meter, so 650 centimeters is 6.5 meters. There are 1,000 milliliters in a liter, so 4,500 milliliters is 4.5 liters. There are 1,000 grams in a kilogram, so 0.8 of a kilogram would be 800 grams. 1.6 kilometers is 1,600 meters. 0.25 of a liter is 250 milliliters. And 1.7 grams is 0.175 of a kilogram. Work out the area of a square with a side length of, 1 meter times 1 meter is 1 square meter. 100 centimeters times 100 centimeters is 10,000 square centimeters. That's a 1 with 4 zeros. 1 centimeter times 1 centimeter is 1 square centimeter, and 10 millimeters times 10 millimeters is 100 square millimeters. So let's now have a look at the next slide. Well, this next slide is just a reminder of some facts that 1 milliliter is the same as 1 square centimeter. So if you imagine a cube of 1 centimeter aside, that is the size of a milliliter. So that means that a liter, which is made up of 1,000 milliliters, must be the same as 1,000 cubic centimeters. So 1 liter is the same as 1,000 cubic centimeters. So that's a square, 10 centimeters by 10 centimeters, a cube, 10 centimeters by 10 centimeters by 10 centimeters. So that's the size of a liter. Now let's have a look at this question. A medicine bottle says take 2 5-milliliter spoonfuls 4 times a day. The bottle contains 0.15 liters. Sarah has to take the medicine for 4 days. Is there enough medicine in the bottle? Explain your answer. Right, well, I'm going to go through this one myself. You might want to pause the video now just to copy down this question, and then once I've gone through the actual calculations, write that down as well. Okay, so we're going to start by working out that 0.15 of a liter equals 0.15 times 1,000 equals 150. I've multiplied it by 1,000, so this must be milliliters. So that's how many milliliters there are in the bottle. In a day, Sarah takes her medicine 4 times a day. Each time she takes her medicine, she takes 2 spoonfuls, so that's 4 lots of 2, and each spoonful is 5 milliliters. So in a day, 5 times 2 is 10, times 4 is 40. She takes 40 milliliters per day. So Sarah takes 40 milliliters of medicine per day. If she has to take it for 4 days, that's going to be 40 times 4. Well, 4 times 4 is 16, so 40 times 4 is 160 milliliters. So that's how much medicine she has to take, and there is only 150 milliliters in the bottle. So now I can answer my question. Because this has really explained it. No. There is not enough medicine in the bottle. That sentence is necessary because that's where the question gets answered. Because you're not asked to work out how much medicine she needs, you're asked to say, is there enough in the bottle? So you must write a sentence like that to complete this question. Okay, pause the video now to write that down, and then we're going to move on to some questions for you to answer. Okay, I'd like you to stop the tape now, or stop the video now, and answer these questions, please. I'll stop talking in a minute. The next time you hear me speak, we'll go through the answers. Okay, question A. 6,000 cubic centimeters is 6,000 milliliters. 6,000 cubic centimeters is the same as 6 liters, because obviously there's 1,000 milliliters in a liter. 2 liters is obviously 2 times 2,000, which is 2 times 1,000, which is 2,000 milliliters, and 2 liters is 2,000 cubic centimeters. 3.5 liters is 3,500 milliliters, and 3.5 liters is 3,500 cubic centimeters. 4,200 cubic centimeters is the same as 4.2 liters. 750 cubic centimeters is the same as 0.75 of a liter. 0.35 of a liter is 350 cubic centimeters. 9.2 liters is 9,200 cubic centimeters. If you didn't get all those right, write down your corrections, check and make certain. If you need to pause to go through the tape again or the video again, that's absolutely fine. When we've done that, we'll move on. Stop. When you've done that, restart the tape and we'll go on to the next question. Okay, another definition you might want to write down. Capacity of an object is the volume it can hold. So the bigger the object, the bigger its capacity, the more it can hold. So capacity, as I said, it's another word that's sometimes used instead of volume, which we spoke about before briefly. An Olympic swimming pool is a cuboid with length 50 meters, width 25 meters, and depth 2 meters. Work out the dimensions of the pool in centimeters. Work out the capacity of the pool in cubic centimeters. Convert your answer to part B to liters. Okay, so there's a few conversions to be done there. When you're ready, stop the tape and work through it, and then turn it back on and you can check my answers. So let's have a look. This pool is, I'm going to start off with the normal sizes. So it's 50 meters times 25 meters times 2 meters. That's going to be the dimension of the pool. But we've got to do this in centimeters, so we've got to multiply each one of these numbers by 100, sorry. So that's going to be 5,000 times 2,500 times 200. Okay. So first, I'm going to do this. Sorry, 200. My mistake. I'm going to do this just working it out to a certain extent in my head. So I'm going to do 5 times 25. I know that's 125 times 2 is 250. And I have missed out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 zeros. So I've got to add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 zeros. Wow. So I'm going to have to put commas in. I don't particularly like doing it, but it's the only way I'm going to do it now. 1. Okay. Now that is a number. 2,500,000,000 cubic centimeters. That's an awful lot of cubic centimeters. Convert your answer to part B to liters. Right, well, that's part A. That's part B. And to do that, basically, I've got to divide by 1,000. I divide a number by 1,000 by removing 3 zeros. So I'm going to have that number 2. Let's see if I can write it out properly. 2, 5, 0, 0, 3, 0, 3, 0. To divide a number by 1,000, what I need to do is cross off 3 zeros. If I cross off 3 zeros, I am left with a much easier number, which is 2,500,000 liters. So that's still a very, very big pool. Okay, if you need to go back through that or to check that against the answer that you had, stop the tape or stop the video, otherwise we'll move on to the next one. Okay, another reminder about a unit that we use in terms of mass. Mass, 1 ton is 1,000 kilograms. The spelling of a ton, like that, T-O-N-N-E, refers to the metric ton, the metric unit. There is another ton, which is an older unit, which is a slightly different size, which is spelled TON. So please don't get confused. The metric ton, the one we refer to, is written TONNE. So a ton is 1,000 kilograms. So have a look at this. Write the correct sign of those three between each pair of quantities. So we should have less than, equal to, or greater than, in that order respectively. So stop the tape, write down each quantity, put the correct sign in, and then we shall get on with it. When you're ready, turn the video back on. So I am going to write this to make certain that we get the signs around in the correct order. 6 tons is greater than, much greater than 600 grams. 600 grams is a little bit over half a kilogram. So it's around about 2,000 times smaller than the quantity that we're looking there. The 4,500 kilograms is greater than, my mistake, 0.45 tons. 4,500 kilograms is 4.5 tons. So it's 10 times the quantity that you've got there. Question C, 1.25 tons is the same as 1,250 kilograms. So they're equal. And lastly, the 20,000 kilograms is greater than 2 tons. It's 10 times bigger. That's 20 tons. So anybody that did a bit of game theory and decided the last one must have been round the other way, don't do it. Okay, have a quick check. Make certain that your answers are correct. Pause the video if you need to, and then we'll be ready to move on. Oh, the mass of a newborn elephant is 4% the mass of an adult female elephant. The average mass of an adult female elephant is 3 tons. What is the average mass in kilograms of a newborn elephant? Okay, so I'd like you to answer this. My best advice to give you is think very carefully of the unit to work this out in. Think about which would be the unit to find finding 4% easier. Is it easier to make it of 3 tons, or is it easier to make it of the equivalent in kilograms? And then work it out from there. Okay, when you're ready, stop the tape, and we'll get ready to carry on. Okay, the way I choose to work this one out is first of all to take my female elephant, who weighs 3 tons, and turn that by multiplying by 1,000 into 3,000 kilograms. So my female elephant weighs 3,000 kilograms. Now what I have to do is find 4% of 3000. Well, to find that, what I'm going to do is find, so I know what 1% is. 1% is 3000 divided by 100, so we take 2 noughts off that, is 30. So 4% is 30 times 4, which is 120 kilograms. A couple of things about that I'd just like to briefly talk about. Notice when I'm doing my calculations, I never write more than one equal sign on a line, and I tend to write the equal signs underneath each other. It's sort of a nice mathematical habit. It makes your work very, very easy to read. And yeah, I suggest that you try and adopt that as and when you can. Okay, that was the last question on today's lesson. The next one, we're going to move into, it's still going to be on measures, but it's going to be on a few other bits and pieces, different units, volumes, different and different things. So it's going to be slightly different. So that's it for today. Make certain you've done all your work, and I'll be back with you for the next lesson. Goodbye.